Good evening, everybody. This is Mr. Nobody documenting his cold turkey detox withdrawal from methadone, 45 milligrams. And today is the sixth day of my detox, of not having any methadone in my system. And I'm starting to think that it may be a wise idea to take um, uh, about three-fourths of a dose of one of my emergency doses, since that um, the pain is starting to get worse now that it's about the sixth day, and that the emotional factor is a lot more difficult than I anticipated. I know I was an emotional wreck when I was detoxing from methadone the first time, but I was also butt naked in a turtle suit in jail. But this time is much more optimal conditions, and I um, I got my joint wet, and I'm waiting for it to dry off, and I'm debating on whether or not I should put it in the microwave or not for like 2 seconds. Um, I took a lot of alprazolam today. It's because this physical pain is not the business with the methadone, and I'm just trying to relax my body as well as I can with cannabis and alprazolam and water. Water. Water's so important, man. And you know what? Beer is important too. If you're not physically, I know hydration is important, but like mentally, alcohol can help. And alcohol and alprazolam are basically the same thing. Whether you would like to believe this or not, alcohol and alprazolam are the same thing. And it helps you get through the acute mental torture that comes with methadone and opiate withdrawals. The physical, the physical pain is more with the fentanyl and the opanas and the oxys and the heroin, because you're waking up every day and you're throwing up and you're sick, and the withdrawals are a lot more acute. Methadone, the half-life is much longer, so the withdrawals are much more strung out, long period. But if you drink enough water and take enough alprazolam and smoke enough weed and keep your mind off of things by doing blogs like this to be to help other people have the courage to get off of medication assisted treatment and methadone and not feel like a slave and not have to wait in those lines with all those sketch balls that you used to score drugs with, or so you don't have to see that scumbag that ripped you off 6 years ago for the 7 beans that you paid him for that he never came back with. You always run into those scumbags at the methadone clinic, and everybody has a story about how they did somebody dirty in the drug game, and that's just a given, man. It's not a nice game. You get jacked in the drug game, who are you gonna call? Can't call the police, you know. So, other than that, the mental anguish of this methadone withdrawal is a lot more intense than I anticipated, and I very, very short tempered, and I hope I don't get into any physical altercations, because I just learned how to box, and I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to break nobody's nose or nothing like that. It would be a really nice relief if I ever did get into a situation like that, but I don't want to deal with consequences and have to go through the justice system again. It's not fun. It's very depressing. So, other than that, I'm sad. I'm emotional. My next door neighbor, Aria Argondabal, just died suddenly. He was my next door neighbor while I was in high school, all 4 years, seemed like. And He's a very sweet boy. His family is from Afghanistan. They're the most welcoming family I've ever met. They treated me like I was one of their, and I really miss Arya, and I have really sad that his mother and his brother having to deal with this after their father just died from lung cancer not too long ago, like within the last 5 years. So a lot of heavy stuff, and anybody watching this that has a higher power, like you to pray for the Argans, the Argandiwals. They're hurting right now. So a lot more than me, I'll tell you that much. A lot more than me. It made me appreciate the mortality of my family and how I haven't had any close family members fall out on me in recent time. So yeah, just hoping for the best. Death's come in threes. Hopefully I'm not one of the other 2 people that die. Hopefully it's somebody less likable than Arya that dies next, because Arya was a very, very, very sweet kid. Like, otherworldly sweet, because he did come from another world. His family was just raised to be more hospitable and friendly and loving, unlike the cold-hearted America. But other than that, God bless everybody. Have a good, nice night. And don't do anything your 50-year-old self would be upset with you doing. All right? Bye.